Hello, BookTube. I've got four more new books to show you today. The first of which is out already, or soon will be. It's The Habsburg Empire by Pieter Judson, who in his acknowledgments section writes, "The process of writing this kind of book was completely new to me. It banished me from the archival settings that had given me so much pleasure in the past, but it allowed me to engage more deeply with other people's books. I am grateful to be part of a field that has exploded in the last decades. I had no dearth of books to read for this project during the last 8 years." But I have no way of knowing that because this book has no bibliography. So the only way I'm going to figure out in my review what this author knows and doesn't know is to comb my way through his endnotes and make a list of titles. In other words, to create a bibliography for him. I will do that, but I won't be happy. Our next one is much later. This is in the fall. It's The Fall Guy. Sorry, it's raining and it's late. The Fall Guy by James Lasdun, which presents me with a bit of a problem. I will of course read it. I will read it, I think, probably next weekend, and then I'll read it again when it's a finished copy. But the problem it presents me with is that his last book was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And you might think, well, why would that be a problem? And the problem is his last book was nonfiction. It was called Give Me Everything You Have. It was a study of him being, a nonfiction account of him being stalked by a student. And it was gripping from start to finish. Unlike any of the fiction that he's ever written. This is a novel. This is him going back to novels. So it's got me a little trepidatious. I'm starting to think he's more proof that of my contention that a lot of authors who are writing novels should be writing nonfiction instead. But the next one, oh my. In my personal circles, this is what's known as a Steve book. It is Reformations by Carlos Eire, who did a novel called, or a memoir called Waiting for Snow in Havana that a lot of you probably know about. This thing is a 1,000-page history of the years in Europe from 1450 to 1650, those 200 years, which featured not just a religious reformation, but also, as this author is he's going to make a case for it in this book. I haven't read it yet. Can't wait to. This will be this weekend. He's going to make a case that many reformations happened during those 2 centuries, and I think he's absolutely right. But when I was thumbing through it, just to get a feel for it, I noticed all throughout that despite its huge size and its theoretical underpinnings, it's also remembers to be narrative, which is great. There's a paragraph here that I just encountered by chance that it fits with all the others that I've read so far, and makes me very much look forward to reading the whole thing. It goes like this: Charles V knew what he had to do. He had not summoned Luther to discuss the merits of the bull Exsurgere Domine. The Pope had already spoken. According to the oaths he had sworn when crowned emperor, Charles was obligated to serve as the court of last appeal for his subjects. Luther deserved his final chance to be heard, but not much else. That man will not make a heretic out of me, vowed Charles. Luther expected much more than another chance to recant, but he was in for a rude disappointment. Instead of being asked about specific points of doctrine or being allowed to debate openly, when Luther finally stood before the emperor, he was simply shown a stack of 25 of his books. And after each of their titles had been read aloud, he was asked whether he was ready to renounce them all. Luther stalled and begged for a recess. That kind of a paragraph would tend not to occur at all in a big, systematic social history. The fact that it occurs and things like it occur throughout this book gives me great hope. I will report back, but I have a feeling I'll be pleased. And our last item is Till Death Do Us Part by the great Amanda Quick. Hardcover romance that, look at how beautiful this is. These end papers are just gorgeous. Let's see here. Callista Langley operates an exclusive introduction agency in Victorian London, catering to respectable ladies and gentlemen who find themselves alone in the world. But now a dangerously obsessed individual has begun sending her trinkets and gifts suitable only for those in deepest mourning. A tear catcher, a jet and crystal ring, a coffin bell. Each is engraved with her initials. So, not a slight departure from the bulk of what Amanda Quick has written. not solely a romance, but thrilling, though. This author never disappoints. And that's it. We'll end on a romantic high note. Those are just 4 new titles to keep in mind. The Amanda Quick does not have a pub sheet, but I imagine it's out already. And I'll be reminding you of the James Lasdun in time, don't you worry. And that's it for today. We'll have more tomorrow. Thanks.